What's up, y'all? Big Red here, coming at you another Fallout 76 video on the channel. Hope my fellow vault dwellers are thriving and surviving out there in the wasteland. This is going to be another little weapons test, testing the onslaught mechanics to see how good it will and how much it will improve the Tesla cannon. How much better will it be? We did the plasma caster and it increased its time on this thing by like a minute, getting 10k criticals. So who will be the best single shot heavy gun? The battle of the slow ways. Pound for pound, which one is going to be the one to throw down? One thing the Tesla cannon does have for it is that it does have the area chain effect when you use the alternate current muzzle, so it gives you more of a better spread and tagging enemies for mobs. But this is more of just to see who's going to be better for pound, like I said. So thank you for my subscribers. Everybody tuning in and watching. Appreciate y'all. And we'll get right into it. So we got a Furious. So we'll have extra with our mechanics. We have 9, but with the mechanics we'll have 20. So we'll have 100% extra damage. We got weapon speed to get there quicker, better DPS. We got a less action point cost to make it manageable in VATS. We get it down to 10. Very easy, very manageable. We got pinpointers on it. It is still the best 4-star until they change it, as far as damage is concerned, because it is multiplicative. We got a solid state series 3, Nicola series 2. It's kind of a balance, but in my opinion, between the damage and weapon speed. You said weapon speed is 23. It's 2 off from what a plasma caster is for fire rate, but the damage is really good, 322. We got the huge capacitor to get our more ammo. Night vision scope, that is just to get our VATS accuracy over 100, and we don't use it manually, but it does affect our VATS accuracy because it's at over 104. So that's really good. Alternate current muzzle is one way to go. We'll also do one with the direct impact, which will change it more of explosion damage, and both of them definitely have a place. This one's good when you got multiple enemies around with the balls, because you can be killing them at the same time. Alright, range is 204, so it's really good. It's a really fun, really good weapon. Our armor is our troubleshooters with kinetic dynamo on the chest piece to get action points restored by 20%. Our damage is taken. We got +2 agility to add to our AP pool, get it up high that we don't have to struggle in VATS on every piece. Through hack on every piece, so we free up 4 points in our loadout. Limit breakers on every piece, so we can get to our crits every second shot. We got -50% with the full stack, and so that means we only got to have 17 luck. So we got that. Our buffs we're going for max damage, comparing this weapon. Let's see how far we can push this damage up to the top to make it competitive with the top boss killers. So we're going with bobblehead big guns, get extra 20%. For our heavy gun, we got Tesla size 9, giving us 100% extra damage from our heavy gun crits. We took a serum to cancel herbivores, so that way I can use the smoke fillet for carry weight. We got Company T, we're getting 25% AP regen, and a Sweet Pepper T, we're getting 125% crit damage. Yeah, we're a herbivore for those reasons right there. Maximize our crit damage and our AP regen, because we are a ghoul, and since we can't get our AP up as high as we can as a human, in my opinion, herbivore is good. The best way to go for a VATS build as a ghoul. We got our steep T's to add to our AP by 100. We got Silk Bean Soup adding to our endurance. We got a special blend adding to our perception. So we got 16 perception, 26 endurance, 37 agility, 18 luck. So we're sitting good in all those things. We got Bird Bones, Eagle Eyes, Herbivore, Hermitality, Marsupial, Speed Demon, Unstable Isotope. Cranberry Meatball Grinder does help a little bit with our HP. We're at 669, so we're super tanky. Sitting really pretty. I'm not going to go over the build. There's no brick wall, very OP. It helps us not get staggered. All our heavy gunners, concentrated fire for accuracy, for VATS, a little extra damage. We keep ironclad and Kim Phenoms. I might want to put on radiation power when I'm in a nuke zone, get on my power warmer. And we still benefit from you having those. Going out to get our rads. Not our deal to get more AP if someone is mutated. Someone is a ghoul on my team. Tenderizer for the boss. Silence Monster gets that free damage. It don't cost us no glow. 15% whenever we get hit. All our onslaught mechanics getting our 20 stacks. Gun tricks for a little reload. Bloody Mess for a little extra damage. Better criticals, extra 100% critical damage. Poorly Clover and Critical Savvy working together. We get a crit every second shot. Faulty Spots for weak point damage by 15%. Multiplicative additive to our criticals is our glowing criticals by 50%. Honky does and take one for the team, our 4 specials. Alright, that was quick. Yeah, that was quick for me. You're welcome. I'll try not to get stuck on it. Alright, so we reloaded. Let's do a hard lemonade. That is a vodka in a lemonade. If you haven't learned it yet, you need to. Very handy for boss fights and for events. 520 AP. Let's get our toxic goo ready. Alright. Wakey, wakey, snaky, snaky. Alright, starting off 5,500, 59, 61, 67, 7,400, 7,700, 8,015, 8,110. Wow. Now what do we get? 11,500. 11,500. That is insane. Insane amount of damage. 11,500 on the crits. 11,500. Dude, that's crazy. Come on, snakey-poo. Go ahead, hit me. Hit me with your best shot. That is some serious crit. That is higher than the plasma caster, as far as the crits are concerned. Will it outperform it? Will it out DPS it? Which one will be the #1 slow way single fire heavy gun? I don't know. They did pretty well. I mean, that's right at a minute time. When he goes down, comes back up, and you get him right about that time that we did. So we did pretty good. I mean, for a heavy gun, for single fire heavy gun, it just shows how powerful these new onslaught mechanics are, that you want them in your build. Because this used to be like a 2-minute and 20-second time. Now we got it down to a minute time with the power of onslaught and benefiting from being a ghoul. All right, let's look at the direct impact muzzle and let's see what it does. Oh, here we are back with the direct current muzzle. You might wonder, why would we put that on there instead of the alternate current? Well, it increases the damage by like 60 something without bullets. The bullets explode to go up even more, but it also affects our fire rate. And we get a little more damage, and it reduces the target's damage resistance for 20% per 6 seconds. So it's really a good support type build that'll get weapon, if you put it that way, and will get really good damage. We're doing this one just to show you with the fire rate, and maybe we'll do one bullet explode. I don't know. And it's the snake. We won't get him down. It'll take like, he'll go down twice before we get him down. The fire rate just really affects it. But it'd be good if you're using it in an event. Yeah, everything else stays the same. Same armor, same buffs. The only thing that changes is that I take 3 points out of, take Ironclad and Campaign off, take United Ordeal off, so I can make room for Demolition Expert and for Bomb Scientist to get that extra damage. We'll see if that extra damage amounts to anything. Let's get our Toxic Goo ready. Let's pop a hard lemonade, which is a vodka and a lemonade overdrive. Make sure we're reloaded. All right, let's do this. Wakey, wakey, snaky, snaky. Be careful, be aware that will be bright lights. All right, 6,200, 69, 7,200. Over 8,000. 8,000 on the criticals. Now taking one for the team. 11,300. 11. If we get this high, fall 11.3. Then we get a 9. Listen, not as. Get some high 11. Let's get some toxic goo. 10.8. There's some high 11, 11.11, 11.2, 11.4, 11.5. There we go. 12. So that's just another reason to show you that the damage on the weapon card don't always add up to more, especially when you're already that high. That high damage, it really didn't add up to a whole lot more damage. So it just depends on what event, you use your Tesla cannon. If you got many enemies and with the boss, then alternate currents will get you just as much. If you only got one, or you want to reduce the boss's resistance, then it definitely has a valid option of going with the direct. I'm going with the direct. You'd also go with bullets explode, even get more damage. So let's do one more run. All right, here we're back for the final run for the Tesla cannon. This one has bullets explode. Everything else is still the same, but the direct current muzzle, so we get the impact for explosion. And we're getting 104. What is that? 130 something, almost 140 damage difference. 467 versus like the 320. So but we lose fire rate. Fire rate's 19, the other fire rate was 23, so you don't think 4 is a big deal, but it can be when you're getting down this low. Alright. Like I said, everything else is the same buff, same bobblehead giving us extra crit damage, same magazine giving us extra crit damage, not the bobblehead. Bobblehead giving us extra 20%. Company T, Sweet Mupper T, giving us the extra crit damage. All our Steve T's. Specials are the same. Oh, I got to take that off. What would I need? Demolition Expert. Alright, everything else stays the same. Let's look at the damage again. $524, so way more. That's like 200 more. We're losing 4 on the fire rate, but we got 200 more. Will it make a difference? We will see. All right. Hard lemonade, overdrive, 520 on our AP. Make sure our toxic goo is ready to spam, and let's see just what we can do. Wakey, wakey, snaky, snaky. Starting off 5,000, now we're at 6,100, 6,500, 6,800, 73, 7,500. Right at 8,000. Now 11,500. 11,500. I thought we'd have some higher criticals, being that much the damage was that higher, but we didn't. Still getting good criticals. Still have some 11 criticals, but not as much as I thought it was going to be. Not as much. There's 11, there's 11 too. 11. Almost messed that up. Almost messed that up. Oh, that was close. I almost messed that run up, but it's still going to give us a good comparison. We'll be able to compare most of it. I mean, it did fairly well. When we lost a little bit of our weapon, of our weapon speed. The The damage though wasn't too. I thought it'd been higher. With being that much more damage, I thought we would have crits would at least been like in the 1300s, but they weren't. So that's kind of crazy, you know. It's a Bethesda game, so what do you expect? Head scratchers all the time. All right, but damage, bounces, rubber bands. So, all right, let's look at the plasma caster run real quick in case you didn't get to see that video, and then we're gonna compare them all. All right, here we are. Do one more run with the Furious. See, everything's the same buffs. We're just going to change and put take glowing criticals off and put it on the reload card. Can't remember what it's called. Wild West hands. Everything else is the same. All right. Get her in danger all. Reload it. Make sure we got our toxic goo ready. We'll take a hard lemonade because we got different teammates on this one. In the overdrive. We're at 550. What's up, old snakey-poo? All right. See, we get about the same thing. Max stacks, yeah, we're over 7,000 on a max stacks. Now we're getting 11,000. 11,000 on some of the crits, 10,000. Crazy. I don't want that. Don't do that to me. Look at those crit numbers. Dude, it's sick. Wow. Alright, so it wasn't no chump either. Alright, so now let's compare them all. See who is the winner of the Battle of the Slowways. Alright, here we go. Now you can see the bullets explode. That little bit of difference in fire rate. It's not much, but as you can see, it's enough that it lags behind. The real race is really at the top. All three of the directs with weapon speed, alternate current, and plasma caster, they're pretty much going neck to neck. It's really going to be almost too close to call because of, you know, damage, rubber bands, and bounces, and but the Tesla cannon, I'm talking about milliseconds. It's like 0.0125 or something like that. It was milliseconds that it outperformed the plasma caster, but it did get a little bit higher crits than a plasma caster, or like 200 or 300 higher, but it really was super close to watch it. The bullets explode, it doesn't do bad, but you also run a risk if you get in an event where you're too close, you could also kill yourself with that, going that route. But you see, barely, I mean, it wasn't even a full second that Tesla cannon did it, and that could just be for rubber band and with damage. So really, it's almost like a draw with the onslaught mechanics. They're both are beasts. They both produce high crit numbers, over 11K. It depends on what you're going for. They both make good sniper rifles. You just got a couple different options there. You can't go wrong with either one. Both the Tesla cannon and the plasma caster are OP weapons in the Wasteland with the onslaught mechanics. They're both great sniper weapons. But if you want a little bit more bang for your buck, then the Tesla cannon can give you that, because you can get the alternate current and you can hit multiple enemies and get a great tagging and do really good damage. Or you can go with the direct muzzle, and you can be a good support build where you lower the enemy's resistance down by getting 11k critical. So either way, you really can't go wrong with either weapon or with either mod on the weapon. They're both performing really well. It depends on what you want to do, your play style, and how you want to use it. So you let me know, who did you think was going to win? Did you think the Tesla cannon was going to get outperformed? Did you think the plasma caster was going to be the top dog? Did you think the bullets explode would have got more damage being as high as it was on the damage card? Or do you also know that the damage card doesn't reflect truly what you get in performance? We live in the Bethesda world. All right, I'd like to know y'all's thoughts on it. And like I said, to me, we got a draw. Both were powerful weapons and OP in the Wasteland. And I hope you got something out of it. If you did, like, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. This is Big Red. And I'll see y'all in the next one.